Hello, amazing people. You already know what time it is. It's another mind blowing episode of Walking in the Newness of Life with me, Adeshawa Adedoyin Olukeu. Our topic for this week is livelihood. Livelihood is a means of securing the necessities of life, a means of securing the financial income needed for everyday survival. During this process or in the midst of securing these necessities, some people involve themselves in despicable things due to impatience and desperation. Some lose their sanity and soul, while some are not willing to put in the right efforts required in achieving it. While all these are contrary to the guidance laid down by God as seen in the scripture. For example, in the book of Proverbs, chapter 13, verse 11, it says, dishonest wealth dwindles away, but what is earned through hard work will multiply. Unfortunately, that dishonest means of earning livelihood is becoming a norm in our society. Imagine driving into a filling station to fill your tank, and the fuel attendant end up filling your tank with half of what you paid for, simply because you didn't bother coming down from your car to monitor the whole process. That is even the least of it. I remember an hotel where one of my sister worked shortly after the completion of our NYSC, our youth service. The managing director of this hotel used 3 months' salary of the staff to get himself an exotic car. I mean, who does that? Using people, people put all their effort in discharging their duties, and someone somewhere decided to use 3 months of their salary to buy himself an exotic car just to boost his meaningless ego. It is that bad in the society we find ourselves. Some even go as far as ending others' life or duping other people out of their desperation. Scripturally, we have been given guidance on how to earn our livelihood, emphasizing on diligence and honest labor while trusting in God's provision. Livelihood is meant to be driven and based on honest labor coupled with divine blessing and not deceitful and fraudulent means. Sadly, our society now glorifies richness and wealth regardless of what the source is. People who choose to earn through the right means or whose job are labeled as menial job are being talked and looked down on. It's now hard for people to agree that there is dignity in labor because the society chooses to belittle whose people whose job are menial. Anyways, regardless of anyone's disdain attitude, the scripture commends the skilled workers, assuring us that if man is diligent in his work, he will stand before kings and not mere men. Also, that we should put all our effort in whatever we find our heart to do. Are you tired or getting discouraged because the society looks down on you due to the kind of job you do to earn a living? My darling sister and brother, I'm here to encourage and remind you that you are doing absolutely great. Do not let anyone disdain attitude refrain you from doing a job that solves a need. Also, remember that regardless of your work reputation, it still brings value to the community inasmuch as it's a godly and honest means of livelihood. Be rest assured that your efforts will be crowned with divine grace. Also, I want us to be conscious of the fact that most times the work or job that looks beneath us, that looks below us, that is below our qualification, often serves as a stepping stone to a greater opportunity. The scripture says, let's not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Literally, God is using this verse to encourage us to persevere in virtuous actions despite not having the zeal to keep going. Because if we don't quit in due time, it will yield positive results. Finally, family, I want to urge every one of us to leave behind that mindset of belittling others because we feel they are not up to our standard. The scriptures specifically tell us that blessed are those who have regard for the weak, because the Lord delivered them in times of trouble. What the scripture means by weak people in this context is beyond vulnerable or helpless people. It extends to people we come across in our daily life who we have more advantage than in life. It could be your gate man, a beggar in the road, at the roadside rather, that widow in your neighborhood who is struggling to raise her children. It could be anyone. We are meant to have regard for them just like any other person because their situation or challenges does not make them less of a human. So therefore, henceforth, let's endeavor to treat everyone the same way we would love to be, because every good deed and every obedience to God's command always come with reward. Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to like and subscribe. See you again next time. Bye.